Hi friends, Ione here. Today's video is about having a passion or feeling like you have purpose or that your life has meaning. I've struggled with it quite a lot. There's feelings of like, what's the point? What am I here for? What am I doing? And one thing that I always come back to is this, having these conversations about mental health and voicing my experiences in hopes that it gives other people permission to share their experiences and know that they're not alone in this. At the beginning of the week, I was feeling really down, and I decided to use this experience to put something out there that might benefit somebody. And I feel like that really is my purpose. That's what gives my life meaning. And in all the interviews that I've done for the Uplifting Content podcast over the years, one theme that kept coming back, this idea of the challenges that we face or our trauma, issues that we've had, can end up being the direction that our life goes in, as in we take that struggle and we use that to help other people. Us overcoming that struggle is our gift to the world, helping other people through like a similar struggle, for example. So for me, depression, dealing with that and feeling like it gives my life meaning to help other people. So I would say, what is something that you have really struggled with and or overcome, and has that brought meaning to your life when you then go out and help other people with similar situations that you've gone through? Throughout this pandemic, I've spoken to a bunch of friends about feeling a little bit lost, feeling like there's no focus, that they get up in the day and there isn't really kind of like a thing to be working towards, and I've definitely felt that. And so my recommendation is to have a goal, either a short-term one if we're talking about this weird time that we're in right now, whether that's like a physical challenge, like running a certain amount or improving your fitness level or physique or diet, or could it be learning a new skill? I recently discovered all these free online training programs. Have you wanted to learn about Final Cut Pro editing? Have you wanted to start a YouTube channel and start making videos? There's all these resources at our disposal. So give yourself one of those little challenges. I have also started to allocate time in my day for creativity, and I think that's really important. If you give yourself this goal, you have to make the time for that goal. Between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. is my creativity time, and I'm turning my phone off and I am using that time to do things like this: make videos, write stuff, do voiceover, create stuff that I want to share with people. So if you have a goal, like a little something that gets you excited, whether that's art, whether that's learning something, whether that's making something, set aside time in the day for you to do that, and make that time a time where you are energized. I found that I normally put off creativity things till the end of the day, and then I was too exhausted to do it. So now I've moved the creativity window to the beginning part of my day so that I'm not tired and that I sit down and do it. Even if I'm just sat here not doing anything, I'm just gonna sit here until my 2 hours are up and hopefully something will come of it. So yeah, finding this passion, finding a thing that gets you excited. So what is that? I would love to hear from you what it might be. Is it writing? Somebody had reached out to us about writing poetry. They've written hundreds of poems during this quarantine. We started sharing them on the Facebook page. I love that. What is something that you want to learn or do? And start doing that. I'm going to leave you with the episode from the Uplifting Content podcast from my interview about sort of passion and purpose with Mastin Kipp, who is an incredible coach, author, and content creator. And it was just a really great episode about, finding your passion and purpose. I get a lot of people say that they're not sure what their purpose is, and I don't know. What do you advise for people that are in that position that aren't sure?
Yeah, that's a great question. So typically in the realm of purpose, I teach a lot on this. There's a couple different versions of how that shows up. So one is, I don't believe I even have a purpose. Then it's, I thought I knew what my purpose was, but then I lost it. Then it was, well, I know what my purpose is, but I'm not really getting enough traction with it yet. And then there's just a sort of like, well, maybe I have one, but I don't really know what it is. And all of those things are really great because at least you're entertaining the idea that you do have a purpose. the clinical definition of a purpose is essentially a life aim or goal that stimulates behavior, right? So it's like a reason why you get off your butt. The kids, the business, the mission larger than yourself. But I don't really think that that's what purpose is. I see that as a motivating force or a compelling reason or leverage. But if you think about what purpose is, the definition of the word, we don't really have a common definition. Purpose implies usefulness or utility. There's a reason why you're here. So like the purpose of a book is to be read. The purpose of a hammer is to, put nails into wood. And so a human being's purpose, essentially, if you look at all of the religious or spiritual context, basically it boils down to this body is a vessel for emotion. And the quality of life is related to the quality of your emotional states. And every teacher, every religious leader, every political leader, every great activist, they're all saying the same thing, which is trade lower level patterns of emotion for higher level patterns of emotion. Trade guilt, anger, fear, and shame for love, compassion, joy, and empathy. Like that's basically what Jesus said. It's what Martin Luther King said. And so basically, if life is an emotional game, the way that I define purpose is very simple. We set goals because we want to hit emotional states. We want the money for the financial freedom or for the certainty. We want relationships for the passion or the romance. Right now what's happening is there's a level of equality that's like we're equal. They want to feel like the same unique intrinsic value that all beings are created equally. So when it comes to purpose, my definition of purpose is essentially purpose is an emotional state that you cultivate within yourself and then you express to the world in the form of service to other people. It implies a level of responsibility that it's up to you to figure it out. You have to have some skin in the game, and it's really never going to be complete if you're self-focused. You've got to serve others, but you've got to start with yourself because too many people focus on this codependent pattern of just giving without any level of reciprocity or receiving. So you've got to learn what you need to nourish yourself, to give it to yourself, but then it's all about serving other people. And when you do that and you really focus on serving other people, that's when all of your survival needs will be met. That's when abundance starts to flow. That's when all the good stuff in life starts to happen.